Ooh, welcome, 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 everybody. I am sitting out on the balcony of the ship. The internet is a little slouchy, but we're going to do the best that we can. We would just like to say welcome back. My name is Gie Brown, the Lifestyle Changer. I am a certified nutritionist. I don't normally start off by saying that, but I think I have to put a little clarity to this. I live on a ship. I'm out here on the ocean, and I am a crusader against the standard American diet. I see it all around me. I would love for you to give us a few minutes of your time.
All right, everybody. My name is Robyn Herron, and I am also certified in nutrition, and I'm your carnivore health coach, and I'm your carnivorous grandma, of course. We're here because we are not standing for the lies that we've been told anymore, that fat is bad, cholesterol kills, and sugar is harmless.
You've been told your whole life that high cholesterol will kill you. No, that's the standard American diet. Big Pharma and the media, and the media, they're speaking to you loud and clear. But what if I told you that a meat-based diet, carnivore lifestyle, which is higher cholesterol, is not only not dangerous, it may actually protect your brain, keep your hormones balanced, and fuel longevity. Are you losing loved ones and their memories? It doesn't have to be that way. So just listen to us for a few minutes.
All right, yeah, stick with us because today we're breaking chains, we're busting myths, and we're giving you real clarity about cholesterol, fat, and how your body really works. And we're going to share some coaching information because I'm a coach, because I'm coaching, right? Because finding your tribe will be a key to this new life. So we're asking you to go ahead and click that like button and share this video with a loved one. We're going to make this very plain and easy to remember.
So first, let me start off by saying when we say SAD, it stands for Standard American Diet, SAD. That is a lot of your processed carbs, and it is an inflammation combo. Cholesterol keeps getting blamed as the villain, but it's because of the Standard American Diet, okay? Not just white sugar. You're going to hear us talk about sugar. We're not talking about just white sugar. We're talking sweeteners. And I say to people, I have to let you know that on the outside of your body, when you see cellulose and agave and sugar and candy and chips and fruits and vegetables, you can make a difference. And then you'll say, oh, let me get the fruit and the vegetables. I'm going to eat that. When it goes into your body just receives sugar. It didn't know if it was in a solid or a liquid. It didn't know. So when we talk about sugar, I am not talking about white sugar only. The truth is, cholesterol isn't toxic. All right. It's inflammation and sugar that go and harm your arteries. I'm going to say it again. Cholesterol is not toxic. It is the inflammation and the sugar that makes your arteries angry.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. And so how many of us have been told that we should be eating, for breakfast, oatmeal, juice, a muffin? Some of us are eating a donut every day. Some of us are having like a toast and orange juice. And so what ends up happening is that you have high inflammation in your body. You're having a high sugar diet, and it causes stress on your body. So what's getting blamed though? Cholesterol. How many of us have been told that your cholesterol is high and you need to go on a statin? So my question was, why is your body making all this cholesterol if it's something that's dangerous for you? So I want to just show you guys this.
Why is the body making all that cholesterol if it's so dangerous? It looks like our kidneys would secrete lots of cholesterol, but the kidneys recapture and keep it in the bloodstream. Your body doesn't want to get rid of it. It needs that cholesterol. And so to think that cholesterol is bad for you, if you think about biology, it's silly. Your body doesn't make cyanide because that's poisonous. Your body does make cholesterol because it is needed for hundreds, if not thousands of things in your body to function properly. And it also uses it as a repair molecule in arteries that have been damaged.
So why does your body make all of that cholesterol? It's because your body needs cholesterol. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about our historical numbers, right? So it's so crazy because back in the day, they knew that cholesterol was good for you, right? And so in 1984, the total cholesterol that was considered to be healthy was at around 350 milligrams per deciliter. 350, keep that number in mind. In the 1990s, that was lowered to 300 milligrams per deciliter. And in the 2000s, it was lowered again to around 200 milligrams per deciliter. So what happened? They started putting a bunch of people, millions and millions of people on statins, and statins is a multi-billion-dollar business. And so what's happening when people start to take these statins, and if you've ever been on a statin, you might have experienced this, that it causes muscle pain, it causes liver stress, it causes memory fog. And those are unnecessary. I mean, those side effects you do not need to take us to, please. Hashtag no statins, please.
Hashtag no statins. I know. Listen, let me just ask something really quick. You guys, my internet is glitching, but there's some information I truly want to get out. Robyn, let me ask you a question. When women come to you worried about high cholesterol, how do you explain the difference between bad numbers from diet versus a natural cholesterol?
So again, as we just saw from Dr. Berry, your body is making cholesterol because your body needs cholesterol. This is not a mistake. And it is a building block. So cholesterol is a building block. It's a building block for your hormones. It's a building block for your vitamin D, your bile acids, or what's called allowing your body to be able to digest fat, and for your cell membranes. And then also your brain really depends on cholesterol. In fact, your brain is around about 25% of the cholesterol that's in your body is in your brain. So low cholesterol is strongly linked to cognitive decline and dementia. And the funny thing was, because I did interview Dr. Ovadia, who is a heart specialist, and we talked about cholesterol. And he told me that, everybody that comes on the operating table for heart disease comes in with metabolic syndrome. And maybe 50%, I can't remember the number exactly, of people come in with a high cholesterol problem, causing them to have heart disease. So, cholesterol is not the biggest problem. So the numbers that matter most, doctors often focus on total cholesterol, right? LDL being what they call bad cholesterol. I'm trying to see what do I need to bring up here. Total cholesterol. LDL being bad cholesterol, HDL being good cholesterol. But those are outdated ways of thinking about cholesterol, because LDL is not bad in and of itself, and HDL is not necessarily good in and of itself. This methodology of looking at cholesterol is outdated. So what really matters for health and dementia prevention is that HDL, which they consider to be the recycling cholesterol. I'm not looking at the right thing here. Help me out, Gie, if you can help me. Is protective for brain and blood vessels. Our optimal range is between 60 to 80 milligrams per deciliter. Triglycerides are fat in the blood. High triglycerides plus low HDL causes inflammation and puts you at metabolic risk. All right. our optimal range is under 80 milligrams per deciliter. But many carnivores are between 40 and 60. So the total HDL, total cholesterol to HDL ratio shows a balance of cholesterol. Our optimal number is going to be under 3. So this is the ratio that you really want to look at, the total cholesterol to HDL ratio, not just one or the other types of cholesterol by itself, right? So you can calculate these values. It's okay, so the formula that we're looking here on the screen is a triglycerides to HDL ratio. You put that into the calculator first, followed by the HDL numbers. So triglycerides equals 150, HDL is 50. 150 divided by 50 is 3.0. So a ratio under 2.0 is considered ideal for metabolic health. And if it's over 3.0, then it's a little bit of a red flag for insulin resistance and heart health risk. So, one of the things is that our standardized tests that we're getting when we go to the doctor, we get our labs drawn. Our labs are not necessarily giving us the full picture. So you want to be able to perform these calculations for yourself and see what is your cholesterol really telling you.
Yeah. I promise you, if you follow the doctor's advice, okay, and take the meds, each visit you will receive more meds for the breakdown of something else in your body or to renew the script, but never for an healing. And the reason why in regards to cholesterol is because there's nothing wrong with your cholesterol. And that is so difficult for people to understand. One of the things Robyn just talked about was the LDL, recycling that cholesterol and giving you your good range. The HDL being optimal under 3. And the LDL, this has to do with particle size. That's the thing. Cholesterol is complex. It is not, that's the reason why they give you the word total, because you have multiple cholesterol factors and each one does something differently. But when you take the stat, it hits the total cholesterol. We just told you that your brain is almost 25% cholesterol. You take the statin doesn't know it's in your brain reducing the cholesterol. And you wonder why Meemaw is the different stages of dementia. We're doing that, but that's okay because they have medicines for dementia as well. I really want to talk about what happens to healing or reversal. We're trying to show you how. That's the thing. Your brain, 25% cholesterol, too little, you're in a risk for dementia. Your liver produces 75 to 80% of the cholesterol that your body needs. Diet only fills in the rest. When you give your body the proper nutrition, then your body is going to do what it do. So I'm taking in the meat, and guess what? My body now is producing the mass amount of cholesterol that my entire body needed. We keep saying that. So why are you making your numbers go down? That's the part I need. That's my question to you. Put it in the comments. Why are you making your numbers go down when your hormones, your cells, your brain, your liver is producing it? And somewhere someone convinced us to reduce the number where it make sense, right? HDL. Good cholesterol, it protects the arteries. LDL, it's the particle size that matters. Small, dense LDL, risky, large, fluffy. LDL, protective, your triglyceride to your HDL ratio. It's a simple track for your risk factor. It'll let you know. I actually got, my number is like 1.5 now. And I am like so excited over that. Now I told you 2 is good, 1.5. So how could that be? And I'm eating a high fat diet. How is it that my metabolic health is so much better? I want you to turn around and just figure that one out. Listen, let me ask Robyn this. Robyn, what's a realistic number people should look for instead of obsessing over cholesterol? What is a good number?
So what we need to know is that a number that's too low is going to be like 150 or below, right? So here's the problem is that your body needs cholesterol, but they've put you on a statin to drive the number down. And one of the things that I think that it would be valuable for us to consider is, since we've got these statins, how has heart health improved? As Gie mentioned, like what about reversal of heart disease? And so total cholesterol, as we mentioned, has been going down, down, down over the years, but 180 to 240 milligrams per deciliter. That's kind of like going back a few years. Like right now, they're telling us to go under 180. But has heart disease stopped? Have people stopped having heart attacks from being on statins? I don't think so. You're on a statin and your arteries are still clogged. It's because it's not the cholesterol that's the problem. All right. So higher risks of depression come with lower levels of cholesterol, dementia, as Gie mentioned, hormonal issues, and overall all-cause mortality goes up when your cholesterol goes down. Let me say that again. Overall, all-cause mortality goes up when your cholesterol numbers go down. So, an LDL below 70. So, and again, we need to consider the particle size of LDL. We've been looking at it, we've been whitewashing it and looking at it as one single thing. But when you go carnivore, those large fluffy particles are going to increase and those little mini dense ones are going to decrease. So you need to have a better test, a better method to check it. Low LDL below 70 may impair brain function long term. So the sweet spot for protection from being on medicine, neurology, and metabolic health is total cholesterol 180 to 240. Again, 180 to 240 is often protective, especially if your LDL is strong and your triglycerides are low. Again, we're looking at that triglycerides to HDL ratio, right?
So, Robyn, let me add, my total cholesterol is higher than that. Mine is like, I think 280, but my ratio is a 1.5. I'll take that ratio over a total because that says that whether some parts are good or bad, that my cholesterol is working perfectly for my body. It can't be anything else because I am metabolically sound. All of my numbers are perfect. But if you wanted to put me on a statin, you could choose cholesterol. But why would I go from prior to taking like 10 medications, high blood pressure, all this other stuff? I'm on the carnivore diet, and now you tell me I need a cholesterol, I need a statin. But that pill is not going to pick what part of the cholesterol you're trying to destroy.
Right.
And it could just destroy my cholesterol in my brain, or it could destroy the cholesterol that my liver is making that I already need. Now, that doesn't make common sense. Forget medical. That doesn't make common sense. And yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, that's okay. I really there's another topic that I want to make sure that we touch on as we're talking about cholesterol. First of all, if you guys want to be in the drawing for the swag bag, we're giving
I forgot to write that down.
Tonight. Yes. So if you want to be in the drawing for the swag bag, please do a hashtag swag bag. I have that scrolling across the bottom, but I don't see anybody dropping the hashtag swag bag in there to enter the drawing. So please do that at this point. But I want to mention the lean mass hyperresponders who will have a very dramatic increase in cholesterol in their LDL cholesterol when they go carnivore. And so I wanted to just make sure that we mention that, because carnivore is a different game than we've been playing, right? We've been playing the standard American game. And basically, we have all these numbers that are related to a standard American way of eating. And since we're moving away from standard American, we really need to think about how things will be different when we go carnivore. So lean mass hyperresponders may have a dramatic increase in LDL cholesterol. And what I'm hearing is that the doctors that are in the know are not concerned about that increase in cholesterol, because your body obviously is making cholesterol because you need cholesterol, right? So I wanted to make sure that we touched on that, because that's something that some people may see when you go into a carnivore way of eating, or even a keto way of eating, that your cholesterol, total cholesterol, including LDL cholesterol, does increase. But I
Let
still
me ask
wouldn't.
you this question. You couldn't. Yeah, I'll die with this cholesterol. Listen, what are some of the first signs women see when they go carnivore in regards to their energy, focus, mood? What are some of the first signs that they see?
Yeah. So, I mean, some of the things that I'm seeing in my practice is that, I mean, of course, inflammation is dramatically reduced immediately. Like within days, people are experiencing a dramatic reduction in their inflammation. But as far as mental health, like reduction of anxiety and depression, also some things like energy, like needing less sleep, being able to fast. I was just talking to somebody who she only started like last week, Thursday, and she's already talking about the fact that she's not hungry. So,
I tell people, can you hear me? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Was this? I don't know what happened. So, all right. Well, listen, before you lose me with this internet, let me know when you're guiding women through this shift as their carnivore coach. I want you guys to know she's phenomenal, and this is who you need to be with. What does it look like to go from sugar cravings and fatigue to food freedom and clarity? I think you just kind of hit on it a little bit, because you and I were even talking about fasting. And one of the great parts is, I tell people, if you go on a fast and I go on a fast, you're going to have your withdrawals. For me, I'm just not eating. So how do you interact with that, and then share part of your 3-month program?
Yeah. So, we're doing weekly calls. We do an initial discovery session where we just talk all about you. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear these kids in the background cutting up, but I apologize. Anyway, we're doing that discovery session where we'll learn all about you and what is your why. What is the reason that you want to do something like this? Some of us are dealing with a lot of different kinds of health issues and things like that. And so figuring out all of that and really, really honing in on what that plan is going to be for you. So some people may want to go directly to carnivore and do that elimination diet and get rid of those carbohydrates right away. Some people may want to ease off, and maybe go a little bit ketogenic or something like that before they go full carnivore. Some people may not ever need to go full carnivore, but Gie and I are both ones that actually we need to be a carnivores. So, we talk about the benefits of this way of eating, which are a multitude of different health conditions being reversed, which, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. Of course, people are concerned with weight and, wanting to lose weight, but we talk about the fact that weight is not the primary factor. If weight loss is the only thing that you're thinking about, then carnivore may not be for you, because carnivore is a healing protocol. So it's going to allow your body to heal from the inside out. Also, we want to look at your labs. As I just mentioned earlier, labs are very important. We want to see what is the baseline, where are you starting from? And so I'm going to be asking you to get your labs drawn and make sure that. So we're going to focus on the real life wins, the real things that really are going to make this beneficial for you. And so, I know that, one person that I talked to recently said that her brain fog lifted and no more brain fog since week 2. She's loving the meat lifestyle. People love meat. And, I did talk to somebody this past week who was telling me, oh, meat makes my stomach hurt. And I was like, I'd like you to just take this food for thought, that it's not the meat that's making your stomach hurt. But it's all the other things that you're including with it, all the fiber and the different vegetables and sugar that's causing your stomach to hurt. So that's
I want to piggyback off of what you said, because a lot of people see my before and after. Let me just see really quick. They'll see my before and afters and then, want to contact me because they want to lose a few pounds. So this was me, standard American diet, and I was a vegan on that picture. And then this is me now. So people want like what I've done. I didn't do this thinking immediately that I was going to lose weight, because I was actively doing like a calorie deficit type thing, trying to lose weight. I did this because I needed back surgery that I was taking. I've been on not now. I have been on Percocets for 3 years, the high dose. I was getting back injections. I woke up with so much pain. It got to the point where I would save the Percocets to the end of the day, drink some wine and the Percocets to really knock me out so I can go to bed. The swelling in my hands, the bursitis in my hip, the fibromyalgia. So everything that I just said to you, in my back, in my hips, and then fibromyalgia all over. I was in so much pain. So if this could help heal me, that's what I was interested in. Maybe that's not your thing. I had high blood pressure. I was never diagnosed. I had to change that. I was never diagnosed pre-diabetic. My numbers always stayed good, but I never did a fasting insulin, because that would have told me that, yes, you are pre-diabetic. They just go with some glucose numbers. We have so many issues inside our bodies. And if you're happy with that, then I'm happy for you. But we have someone that's in our sister girl group, and she said this, and this thing stuck with me. You are going to die. 2 things. You're going to be born and you will die. You get to choose. Are you going to have a life where this breakdown, that breakdown, this surgery needs to be, now I need this cane, I need this walker, I need to see if I can get this. Maybe I need an electric scooter, or maybe I need the head brace. Maybe I got to sleep you decide. Maybe I got to go to dialysis. You decide. Maybe I got to get a stent. You decide. Maybe I ended up with a stroke. Now I'm going to therapy. You decide, because everything that I just said comes from food and your diet. Plain and simple. It is just that simple. Ask anybody in the carnivore community. Everything that I just said to you has been reversed. I'm not talking in regards to the stroke. The damage has been done. I'm trying to catch you on this side of the stroke. So if what you're doing, if that food is that delicious to you, that you are choosing the food over you, your family, your siblings, your children, your grandchildren, because you are now putting yourself into a burden on them. by not taking care of yourself.
Yeah,
So
the funny thing is that I was thinking as you were talking about the stroke, because we have somebody in the community that actually had a stroke. That was old guy Carnivore. Have you heard about him? He had a stroke since he's been on Carnivore. But what he is saying is that his carnivore way of life is allowing him to heal so much faster than most people who have a stroke.
So let me add, there is damage in your body right now. Carnivore can reverse. We have people who were priorly diagnosed with lupus. So, and now there's no sign, none. But once again, if some things have happened, I can't put my name on the fact of it was 100% reversal, but I guarantee you'll live a better life. Promise you will. So I'll say again, you will die. Do you want your death to be long in agony, or baby, living your best life up until your last day? Because you only promise so many days anyway. I want to go like running, doing everything that I'm doing. And then my final day. I am not trying to walk sickly all the way to the end. And no, I don't want bed chucks. I don't want pull-ups. I don't want a nurse to have to help me wipe my butt. I don't want that burden to be on my husband. I want to continuously to walk up the stairs. You think of some of the things that you haven't been able to do. Get it back. Get it back. Or you're loving what's on the plate more than you are for anything else. But wait a minute. I got a question. Robyn, how do you help women track their labs? Do you have something in place that to help them? What's making it that this is something that they should do?
So let me just remind everybody that we are not medical doctors, and I am not a medical doctor. And so when I look at your labs, I'm going to be looking at it from the perspective of a metabolic health coach. And so looking at certain factors as far as your metabolic syndrome. So like your blood pressure and your A1C, fasting insulin, of course, we just talked about your ratio with your cholesterol, waist circumference also. So those are the things that we're going to be looking at. And then we will track those. So the next time that you get them drawn again, you'll have this as your baseline where you were starting from. So we need to change our mindset, because as Gie was saying, we're making life choices that are causing us to live not our best life, not live our best life. And I always call it the abundant life that God promised. So the mindset has to change. We do need to recognize the fact that we have been lied to about what we should be eating: food, nutrition, cholesterol. I mean, the whole gamut of things. And Dr. Kiltz always says, if they lied about the food pyramid, they lied about the food. What else did they lie about? Like, what else? You got to question everything. You really have to question everything at this point. So I do want to talk about our Marco Polo group, where we are in there talking on a daily basis, multiple times a day. And we're supporting each other, and we are encouraging each other. And when we get our labs, we come in that Marco Polo group, and we talk about what's going on with our bodies. We talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so Marco Polo has been a real it's been a really awesome thing for the ladies.
Game changer.
It's been a game changer. It really, really has. And so, if you're interested in our Marco Polo group, you can join our Marco Polo group from either one of our YouTube channels. And also, if you go with me for your health coach, your nutrition coach, then you're also going to get access to the Marco Polo group as well. So you will become a part of that community. So Marco Polo has been really great. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add, find your tribe. Because I'm going to be honest, you can get up and go walking by yourself. But then when you have that accountability partner and you like, oh man, I know she's going to be there waiting on me, whatever it is. And then after you finish your walk, you say, you know what, I'm really glad I did it. Find your tribe. We have a wonderful tribe. I'm talking from Panama, doggone it, up the coast, down the coast, east, west. The ladies are in there, and to come together and to hold each other accountable for what they say. We actually have intentions. You will speak your intentions on what it is that you are doing. And then you have to come back and let us know that is what it is that you did. And because you know you have to come back and say, it really holds you accountable. It's only $20, $19.99 a month. That's like 66 cents a day. You spend that on a cup of coffee. Let's just
more than that.
Oh, I know you do. And you would have had several days with us of making a life change. We didn't charge a lot because we want your commitment. And we do have a free Hey Sister Girl group that you can be in for free. But listen, some key points that we talked about was to don't fear your cholesterol. No, I did not talk about that. I did. The fear and the inflammation of sugar. If you, I'll say it again, $19.99 a month, that is $66 a day for access to mentoring, a sisterhood, and
66 cents a day.
The tongue twister. I had this retainer in. It's just sounding like I'm talking crazy. So a sisterhood and accountability. That's it.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So if you are ready for your guidance on your labs, your mindset, carnivore consistency, you can check me out. Carnivorous Grandma Coaching. I think I got a thing down here. Where is it at? There it is. This is my QR code. You can go to my website and just check it out and see if this might be for you. And we can definitely talk about it. That my coaching program is going to be awesome. So awesome. If you want to change your life, if you want to change your health, the trajectory of your health, and live a better, more abundant life, come on and come be part of Carnivorous Grandma Health Coaching.
There you go. Your brain, your body, and your future deserve better than the myths and the fear. Ain't nothing wrong with your cholesterol, sister girl. I don't care what the number is as long as it's over 200.
All right. So you guys, we are going to do a giveaway tonight. Hashtag swag bag in the comments. We've got like 10 or 11 people in here, but only 3 have dropped swag bag in the comments. So it's going to be an easy competition tonight.
I know. Listen, this is your opportunity to try carnivore products, okay? The face butters and all of that. You hear us talk about tallow, the tallow lotion. She's going to send it all to you. The swag bag is remarkable, and they're supposed to be samples, but they're actually the real sizes. People were extremely generous, extremely generous. I don't know if you still have that picture of the one of the sponsors. Do we still have that in here? Oh, wait, no. Is that the swag bag?
Swag bag. Yep.
There you go.
Exactly what you're going to be getting. And there's a ton of stuff. It's packed full of wonderful things. And I will be happy.
So hashtag swag bag. And here we go.
All right. Let me share the screen. Here's my giveaway tool. All right.
Ooh, wee. Dun, 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 where my music at?
A.
Hey, there you go. Put up your.
A, you are a winner. So A, what you need to do is you've got to email me. So let me put, oh, you got my email address up there. Great. Robyn with a Y .HERR, only 2 R's. Sorry, there's 3 in there, but it's only 2 R's at hotmail.com. Email me your address and I am going to ship you your swag bag in the mail. Congratulations. Congratulations, A.
There you go. And so, guys, until next time, we really hope that you understand there's nothing wrong with your cholesterol, sister girl, and that you go over and join. We even do a movement challenge. We're doing now. For me, I do 15,000 steps a day, and that's it. All right, that is it.
That's all.
Yes, I worked up into that, and that's where I am. And I plan to do that for the rest of my days on earth. There's not a day that goes by that I don't want to put me and my health first. Honey, I'm 61 and I am loving me.
Yes, indeed. All right, we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.